Hello. It's like a newborn kid. The Nintendo Switch OLED is here. This is going to be a wonderful upgrade from my previous Switch. So, ooh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So we got the crispy, classy looking Joy-Cons and the Switch itself. So we're gonna plop these open. Woo-hoo-hoo. Open that one and then open this one. Oh, oh, they look so good. Honestly, reminds me of like there's that white creamy look of the Animal Crossing. If you take a look, these look so nice. Wow. It is still the same. It it doesn't feel premium. It's just it feels like it's the same Joy-Cons as my previous Joy-Cons, the Smash Edition ones. We got the Switch itself. Let's open this baby up. So, yeah, this is a Nintendo Switch OLED, guys. Looking good, looking great. So, but let's actually put it on. Let's put on the Joy-Cons. Oh, oh, this looks so good. Wow, this looks really good. Like, look at that screen. Holy moly. I'm gonna have to put a screen protector, which I do have. But it looks really nice. Yes, it does. So hold on. Let's compare it to the old Switch. This is the old Switch. And let's see if you guys can see the difference between both Switches here. Y'all can see that one Switch is a lot like larger in terms of display versus the other Switch. I'm gonna put this this way. Looking at this, it's like a square box-ish. It does look nice, Rabbit. Yeah, it does look nice. Like you see this, and then you see this. Like you see this Switch, and then you see this Switch. Like whoa, big difference in display. If you're a handheld and you like handheld games, then this is a great upgrade for those of you who enjoy just playing handheld in general. This is like a great upgrade. Switch Lite is good too, but obviously the OLED gives it more and the display gives it more too. Versus the old Switch where they pretty much have more bezels. This has less bezels and you can see that. You can see between both those switches. Now, the cool thing about the Nintendo Switch OLED so far is the back, right? You guys see the back of this OLED? See how different the stand is. That stand's going to make a huge difference in terms of playing. That's going to be sturdy enough versus the old Switch where this is the size of your kickstand. That's all you got. That's all you got. So literally, if it's gonna wobble, doesn't feel as sturdy compared to the OLED and the new back. Now, the new back does feel nice and like firm. There's a new material that makes this feel a lot nicer versus the regular Switch, which has my grubby, oily hands on them already. Like it's hard to see, but you can see the light, right? Y'all see that oil mark? Yeah, like that's the difference. I feel like maybe there might be some smudges, but not a lot. So the OLED does well with it. That's not all that's in the box. Like there's more in the box, guys, that I want us to take a look at. In this box, we have some wires, right? We got some wiring. This is the adapter. We got the adapter. We got the HDMI, right? The HDMI itself. Of course, you can't forget the dog controller. You know, nothing different. Most Switches, if not all Switches, should have them by now. This is your alternative controller. I'm gonna like remove it and put them right here. So here are the two Joy-Cons, and you can just snap them right in just like your usual Joy-Cons from the other Switches. So here you go, and you can have that option for your play. Now, the cool part to the Switch itself is the actual dock. Here it is. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh. Hello. It's like a newborn kid. Look at this dock, you guys. There's the Nintendo Switch logo in the front, right, of the dock. Here's how it look from the side. And then the back is totally different. You can literally snap this off. Let's see how we do this. Oh, legit. This piece was taken off. And you have your LAN adapter, right? So your LAN adapter, it says LAN chat. Look, LAN, you got the HDMI out, and then of course the AC adapter for, charging your Switch, etc. So that's all in the back. It's designed really well. It's designed really well, and you can literally just plop that out from the Switch OLED. You have the usual USB. Let's actually put two and two together. Here we go. Taking a look at the new Nintendo Switch OLED. Ooh. Oh. Put it two and two together. This is what you get. Nintendo Switch OLED beautifully put together. Any questions about the Nintendo Switch OLED, guys? You could let me know in the comments or in the chat. But yeah, I am super pumped. I've been playing games on handheld lately. So I'm really excited for this upgrade. Now, I do want to check out something that I didn't think about, but I can remove my old Joy-Cons and put them into the Switch OLED. So again, I just swapped the Smash Brothers Joy-Cons with the Switch OLED. See, yeah, it works really well. So other Joy-Cons can fit into the Switch OLED itself. Yeah, it looks the same. Nothing's different. It's the only difference is the form factor of the bezels and the fact that it's a little wider. So it looks similar, right? Like I just literally had these Joy-Cons um, from my old Switch. It's just you can fit this nice and snugly similarly into the OLED from the previous Switch. If you look really closely, you see the bezels, right? The black border surrounding the screen of the OLED. Now take a look at the black screen surrounding the original Switch. Notice the difference of the screen display, right? This is the original Switch where I had my Smash Brothers Joy-Cons editions attached to it. From afar, let's see if we could get the good lighting here. But from afar, you can tell that one is an OLED because of the screen's bezels. It's less, right, versus the original. I'm going to go back and forth with them. But you can see that this is officially the OLED versus the Gen 1, Gen 2 Switch, right? It's pretty awesome that the difference between both can be featured within this app. So, that's just maybe the future of, you know what, the Gen 1s, Gen 2s were good, but now we can just upgrade and make them a lot better than how they used to, and most Switches will probably going to be OLED and future consoles for the Nintendo in general. Also, I'm gonna show them show them like from afar. I'm gonna stack them like side by side as best as possible. But you can plainly see if you are with somebody and they own a Switch OLED versus a regular Switch, you can already tell from at this distance or at this distance one of them is an OLED. So the screen display and the form factor for both of these are different, and one makes it more immersive, right, than the other. So it's almost as if you end up with an OLED, you look and you play handheld, you never want to go back to this. Some things that I wish though, hopefully Nintendo like actually puts out there and upgrades the OLED, right? I'm sure that the OLED will have or even Switch in general. I'd love to see a sharper maybe resolution that's even more than this, maybe more bezel-less. Like it could hit that screen like right over here. I'd love to see like maybe a better refresh rate, possibly on upgraded performance on top of it. So for a future Switch, like in the like coming, I don't know when, like 2025, 2026 or something, like this Switch OLED can then be upgraded to something even better. So who knows what it will be called, but yeah, I'm gonna sandwich these two. If you look closely, the fans are different too. This is the original, and this is on your right, guys, is the OLED. But you can see that the fan markers where the switch cools off are different. You can also see that the power button is a little more cylindrical, right, versus the original, which was circular. And the volume also is different. It's slimmer on the OLED versus the original. So you can see that here, right? Couple things to note. There it is. There's a better way of looking at it. There. All right. Just to look at the difference. And there's the audio jack, right? And the game cartridge, right? It looks a lot more sleeker. The only difference, chat, with the I noticed and I read this, there's more gigabytes of storage. It's double the original, so it's 64 gigabytes on the OLED Switch versus the non-OLED Switch. So I noticed that. How do I feel about the Switch OLED? I love it. And I hope you guys enjoyed the difference between both Switches, and maybe it would help you think about whether you want to get an OLED Switch in the future or not.